With that, I'm going to hand it over to Jyoti. He has come prepared to show you some of the use cases that we can potentially solve in MuleSoft. Where the focus is MuleSoft and AI today. So he's going to show you some of the use cases that you can know in your organization. You may have a similar use case. Definitely make use of AI tools that are available to solve those business problems. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Jyoti. Go ahead.
Great. Thank you, Ram. They are very good insights. Thank you so much for sharing in-depth knowledge on AI. And yeah, as you all know, Ram did his master's in AI specialization, so that's how he had a very good depth knowledge on AI. I really appreciate your interest in sharing your knowledge with all of us on the latest and greatest information on AI. Now, I would like to step in and explain some of the use cases of AI in our day-to-day life and organizations, right? I know you're all excited to look at how AI will be helpful in our organizations since we are in this AI revolution, right? I'm also as excited as you are to share some of our thoughts on how AI would be helpful in different ways from the MuleSoft lens specifically. So let's get started. So here is the first case, and I named it as a intelligent data mapping because assume a retail company wants to integrate its product catalog with multiple supplier databases, right? Each supplier uses different data formats and product codes, right? The goal is to create a seamless integration that automates the mapping for product information from various suppliers to the company's standardized catalog format. By integrating this product catalog with multiple suppliers' databases, the retail company can gain access to a wide range of product information. And that's the whole purpose of it, right? However, since each supplier uses different data formats and product codes, the integration process can be complex. And that is the challenge that most of us are trying to solve. The retail company must find a way to map the product information from various suppliers to its own standardized catalog format, right? So, one solution is to use the intelligent data mapping. This involves using advanced algorithms and machine learning techniques to automatically map product information from various suppliers to the company's standardized catalog format. While integrating data mapping, the retail company can create a seamless integration that automates the mapping process instead of doing it every time. If they did it once, and that they can feed that data into the AI so that it can observe and learn, and also it can replicate that in the next whenever the new product manufacturing company comes into our existing organization, and it can does the things by itself. By using intelligent data mapping, the retail company can ensure that its product catalog is always up to date with the latest information from its suppliers. This can improve the accuracy of the company's product information and enhance the overall shopping experience for customers. So to put it in our day-to-day life, right? We have large chains like Costco or IKEA or Walmart. So most of these businesses, they must be doing business with lot of independent, their own or multiple vendors. To get fruits, they need to talk with separate vendors. To get some furniture manufacturing company, they have to purchase and get those products into these our stores, right? So every company talks to multiple vendors. Suppose today um, Walmart is buying tomatoes from particular company, and the integration is happening. The product status is coming, and Walmart is displaying the rates and all. But tomorrow, some other companies they would like to go with. So again, to integrate with that company, and that company might be using different services than they must be using different services than the existing vendor, right? So again, to integrate with that, again developer has to put their hands on and develop and integrate and map all that data, right? This is a continuous process, as and developers should always be there to support these kind of changes. And it's overwhelming. Company feels uncomfortable for change, right? So in these cases, an AI can come into picture and solve this in a really smooth manner and automates. This saves time, efforts, and adopts the uh, open space for changes, right? So this is one of the case. And how to implement that? So basically, I've created a small uh, project in MuleSoft Studio, Anypoint Studio, um, just to show a basic skeletons of where AI can fit in, right? Suppose this is a um, flow where we are trying to do the same case we have just spoke, right? Develop a MuleSoft integration flow to fetch the product data from each supplier's API, right? And uh, these are the choice router where inbound inbound request, whoever is sending request to the organization, here this the supplier name. So suppose the tomato suppliers, are this is one supplier, and this is second supplier. And if the first supplier matches, if and perform this request, like go to that request, get the updates, and then feed that data into the AI model. This AI model can again be um, anything. As Ram spoke, there are many ways that you can take advantage of AI, right? Here you can use a Python script to as a AI here, and you can call that and map to your local organization product data mapping. And so once the mapping is done, then we can uh, produce the mapped product code, right, as per our organization's format. So implement a custom AI component that uses this NLP, natural language processing, to understand product descriptions and match them to the company's catalog. Create a dynamic mapping logic that learns from the historic data and adapts to the new products and supplier changes easily. Since if we have done couple of times and provide the AI, this is how we are mapping to our organization catalog, then it will understand and try to do that whenever new products comes in. So use data view to transform the data, map data fields as per the company's format. And after once you have done all of that, then build a dashboard, right, to monitor and manage the AI powered mapping process, so that you monitor how it goes. So this is one of the use case. And another one is predictive insights. So assume a logistic company aims to optimize its supply chain operations by predicting potential delays and disruptions. The goal is to use real-time data from weather forecast or traffic patterns and vehicle conditions, right? To make proactive decisions that ensure timely deliveries, right? By collecting real-time data from various sources, the logistic company can gain a detailed understanding of the factors that might impact in supply chain operations. For example, weather forecast can provide information on potential storms or other weather events that could disturb the transportation routes. Or even the traffic patterns can provide insights on uh, congestions levels and potential delays. And even a vehicle conditions app, where it's monitoring all of their vehicles, can provide information on the health of the company's fleet. So with real-time data, the logistic company can use predictive analytics to anticipate potential delays and disruptions. For example, if the data indicates that a storm is likely to impact a transportation route, the logistic company can take proactive steps to reroute the shipments or adjust their delivery schedules to minimize the disruptions. By using real-time data and predictive analytics, the logistic company can optimize its supply chain operations and ensure a timely deliveries, right? This can improve customer satisfaction and enhance the overall efficiency of the logistic operations. So if a customer would like to get the schedule of the drivers, right? Then they might be using some app like Workday or something to get the schedule of the drivers, when are they available, how is their health condition, are there anything that is impacting the job that is they are assigned to. So these kind of insights can also be fed into the AI, so that AI will automatically check for the drivers, available drivers, the delivers it has to make, and then this logistic company can automate the entire system of or at assigning drivers automatically to the deliveries, and what route to take for deliveries. So that's a huge possibility, and it saves lot of efforts, and it increases so many um, doors for faster services and um, better utilization of AI, right? So
And I
again,
want to share, my experience on this one, Jyoti, if you don't mind.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
I mean, this is a real incident or a real use case that we solved for a insurance company. We have roadside assistance, right? For example, all these insurance companies, they provide roadside assistance, and when you are stuck as a customer and no roadside assistance is coming, we use this predictive insight to track the driver or the truck or the help that's coming on your way, and we can give you, we understand all that, we tell you potential no delays, or we can track the help with this predictive insight. We can say know how much is getting delayed, is it stuck in a traffic, or weather delays, or like whatever it is, right? Let's assume that no, you are stuck on highway 100 miles away from a nearest city. You have to wait till your help is no help has arrived. So you want to know, because you're in a dire situation, you want to be we want to be able to, like, no, as a business, we want to give the customer the accurate information as much as possible by, like, using this predictive insight from AI. That auto industry, that auto company, sorry, that auto insurance company is able to provide more accurate information about the tracking of the driver to the customer, end customer, and that has significantly improved the customer experience, customer satisfaction, and obviously, all that will translate to more business from the customers, right? So I'm sure a lot of you may be from the insurance industry also. You may be solving similar problems. You may have, think of these, as the areas where you can use. It doesn't have to be exact use case, but bits and pieces, if you can identify and make it better. I think that will be a huge step towards making your integrations very very intelligent.
Yeah, thank you, Ram. And for that, right, again, to implement the um, predictive insight, right, it is a small flow again, just CRUDs and skeletons. So create a MuleSoft connector to fetch real-time data from the weather APIs or traffic APIs, or any vehicle sensors, or any of those, right? And then integrate a machine learning model using a Python based library, or any other AI to predict delivery delays based on the historical data. So every time you make these calls, feed that data to the AI, right? And then it can keep learning on the data, historical data, and when it's when it's time, then it predicts when it's something it finds, right? So develop a MuleSoft flow that process real-time data and feed it to the predictive model. Implement logic that triggers rerouting and rescheduling based on the predictions. And while doing this, make sure you build a alert system that notifies the relevant stakeholders about the potential delays too, right? So that's one of the insight use case. And when it comes to the enhanced error handling uh, using AI. So one of the use case that we thought is, a financial institution wants to enhance error handling and reduce the transaction failures between its core banking system and external payment gateways. The goal is to use the AI driven insights to identify patterns leading to errors that can automatically correct them to minimize the disruptions. Like by using AI driven insights, the financial institution can analyze transactions data to identify patterns that can lead to errors. For example, the AI system might detect that certain types of transactions are more likely to fail when processed through a particular payment gateway. With this information, the financial institutions can take steps to prevent these errors from occurring, right? Since they know this gateway is failing more times, then they can make some arrangements on that. So, one way to enhance error handling is by automatically correcting errors when they occur. For example, if the AI system detects an error during a transaction, it can take immediate actions to correct the problem. This might include rerouting the transactions through a different payment gateway, or even adjusting the transaction parameters to prevent the error from occurring, right? So, by using AI driven insights to identify patterns leading to errors and automatically correcting them, the financial institution can reduce transaction failures and minimize disruptions. This can improve the overall efficiency of the payment processing system and enhance the customer satisfaction. And one of the use case that we see in day-to-day life is suppose there is a Zelly transaction which major banks use, like Bank of America, Chase. Suppose if I'm trying to send money to my friend using his phone number, if he is not linked with Zelly, then it might fail. And this can happen even in the past, right? So if AI is in charge there, and it has fed this information, and it also sees how the payment got successful. So AI will see, okay, once the payment was failed with this phone number, how was it successful? Then it knows that he might have tried with the email ID which is associated with the Zelly account. So automatically the AI will predict and say, okay, if this error occurs, I can go reroute and dig in his email address and make the transaction successful, rather rather than just error happening and nothing happening, right? So we all know what kind of bank we will go for. So the bank which is proactive in resolving the errors that happen in the transactions, or the bank does which does nothing even if the payment fails. That's a pain, right? So the banks which use this AI are always go to banks, right? So that's how AI can be used in banking domain too. Again, um, to show that enhance error handling flow, develop MuleSoft integration that handles the financial transactions between the core systems and payment gateways. Integrate a AI component that analyzes the historical error data and identifies the common error patterns. And create the MuleSoft integration error handling flow that incorporates AI insights to detect that error in real time. So, and right now here, if you see, if I got a payload with the account number and the amount that has to be transferred, so first I have a request that debits the amount, right, from the account, and then I have another request that process the payment. And once the payment is processed, there will be a code associated with it for every transaction. So I'll get the response code as a result after the payment processing. With that response code, I will check. I will have a choice and check if what error, what response code it is. If it is an error response code, then yeah, then I'll do the needed steps, right? The transaction is corrected and reprocessed. And if it is not, it is just a regular successful transaction. So implement conditional logic to automatically trigger corrective actions, such as reattempting transactions or notifying support teams, right? And always remember to build a dashboard to monitor error patterns and effectiveness of AI-driven error handling. And yeah, I see some topic going on in the chat. Ram, is there something you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I will. I'll respond to that. I and Naresh will take care of that. Yeah, we'll see.
Great. Okay. And then one more. use case is real-time decision making. So imagine a smart city initiative aims to optimize traffic flow, right, using real-time data from sensors and cameras. The goal is to use AI-driven insights to adjust the traffic lights timing and manage the traffic congestion in the real time. So, by collecting real time data from sensors and cameras, the smart city initiative can gain a detailed understanding of the traffic patterns and the congestion levels. So, this data can be fed into the AI system, which can analyze and the information and provide insights on how to optimize the traffic flow. One way to optimize the traffic flow is by adjusting the traffic signal timing, right? By using AI driven insights, the Smart City initiative can determine the optimal timing for traffic signals at different intersections. This can help to reduce the congestion and improve the traffic flow. In addition to adjusting traffic signal timing, the Smart City initiative can also use AI driven insights to manage traffic congestion in real time. For example, if the AI system detects a sudden increase in traffic congestion, it can take immediate actions to alleviate the problem, right? This might include rerouting traffic or adjusting signals, timings to improve the traffic flow. By using the real time data from the sensors and cameras, along with the AI driven insights, the Smart City initiative can optimize traffic flow and manage congestion in real time. This can improve the overall efficiency of the transportation system and also enhances the quality of life for the residents in that city. So for busy cities like San Francisco or New York, where the government can adopt this kind of mechanisms, AI driven mechanisms to really optimize the city. I'm sure they have the best ways, but this can reduce the efforts of human interventions, right? And if you want to look at the implementation again for the real time decision flow, develop the MuleSoft connector to fetch real-time data from the sensors and cameras or whatever the incoming data, which is real-time, and integrate a real-time streaming analytics engine that uses the AI to analyze traffic patterns and predict the congestions, right? Especially for 4th of July, there might be fireworks at certain place, or if a football game is happening, right, at particular season, then that stadium or the traffic around that place will be really busy. So these kind of local insights, like they are the city information, they are those insights are particular to that city, and it cannot be applied to all over everywhere, every city, right? So these are some of the serious information that are personal to that city. So if the city is trained, that API, that AI is trained with this information, then it can predict better routing of the traffic and maintenance of the signal systems and whatnot, right? So this can be done, these all can be done. That's just one more idea. So build the MuleSoft flow that process the streaming data and adjust the traffic signal timings based on AI insights, and implement a logic to prioritize emergency vehicle routes and dynamically adapt to the changing traffic conditions if it is a storm or anything. So here I'm capturing the temperature from the real time, right? And also I'm getting that, putting that into a payload, and I have a choice router here, just to check the temperature is greater than 30, then perform a task, fan turned on. That means, or yeah, it could be anything. You perform the steps based on the insights. And this is the last use case for this session. And here, um, adapting to change. So let's talk about the healthcare organization, right? In today's fast-paced health environment, it's essential for medical professionals to have access to the latest and most accurate patient's information. A healthcare organization wants to integrate patients' data across various systems, adapting to changes such as new patients coming in or any updates to those patients, and discharges are happening, or could be even if we take a step forward, any dosage given to the patient, like what prescriptions are added for the patient who are in that healthcare organization at that moment, right? These are all lot of information that has to be most recent, right? The goal is to ensure the medical professionals have the access to the latest and the most accurate patient information. By integrating patients' data across various systems, the healthcare organizations can provide medical professionals with a comprehensive view of each patient's health history. This includes information such as medical conditions, medications, allergies, and test results, right? Various. With this information at their fingertips, medical professionals can make informed decisions about patients' care, and adapting to changes such as the patient's arrival, updates, and discharges is also crucial. As new patients are admitted, their information must be added to the system. When the updates are made to the patient's record, those changes must be reflected across the systems. And when a patient discharges, this information must be also updated accordingly, right? And by integrating patients' data and adapting to the changes in real time, the healthcare organization can ensure that medical professionals have access to the latest and most accurate patient information. This can improve patients' outcomes and enhance the overall quality of care, right? If a patient has given particular medication and it's not been updated in the system of records that the doctors or nurses of that organization uses, there might be a chance that another representative comes and gives the same dosage. Then it will be a there are chances of overdosage. So to know what has done to that patient at that time, as soon as a action is performed, it has to be immediately entered into the system. So every medical representative or agent working there have this access to the system where they all communicate and access to, so they make the real-time updates, and it's accessible across the organization. So in this way, it can reduce a lot of um, disruptions in service and may also save a lot of lives, right? And let's see how we can implement that one in adapting to change flow. Here we are seeing, so develop the MuleSoft integration flow that connects electronic health records system, or any system that has these records of appointments, and patient records, billing systems, or scheduling systems, right? Integrate a machine learning model that learns from the historic patient data changes and anticipate the updates. So AI can be trained even in this way, right? And see, these kind of patients have this age group of patients, this gender of patients, and patients with these conditions came in and they were able to recover in this time. So it by this knowledge, AI can predict, like, if a patient is coming, how soon they can leave and how the beds are available. And if this was available at the COVID times, a lot of patients would have been got cured earlier on. They will have more insights on how much resources are available to treat the patients, right? So they're all the very good use cases of AI in healthcare again. So build a MuleSoft flow that dynamically adjusts the data integrations based on the machine learning model insights, and implement a conditional logic to prioritize the recent updates and maintain the data consistency across systems. So here in this flow again, there is a request to get the patient details, or get the admission status, and get the discharge status. All of them I'm taking into a transform message as these three parameters. And if there is a value in any of these parameter, like a patient details, then uh, or admission prediction or discharge prediction, any of these are values are there, like I have a choice to find out If the patient admission is admit, then I'm setting a payload like admitted, and this will be a response to the system of records that healthcare organization is using, and all the members in that have access to. In this way, you can uh, see the latest and greatest information about the patient. And if it is if the patient is discharged, then it's discharged. If not, any other else default case, no changes in the patient status. So these are some of the use cases. And one of the AI is happening all over. Trust me, if you like it or not, AI is all over. Even in this presentation, the images that you see here, uh, they are AI generative. Yeah. And to make such images, how much efforts has to be put. One has to get the training of Photoshop, and then even a professional Photoshop need at least 16 hours to develop such an image. And with the AI, it can be generated in few seconds. So if anybody are interested how to generate these images for free using AI, you can always reach me or Ram. We'll let you know. So AI is all over, all around. So hope you like all these use cases and hope it's helpful. Ram, do you have anything to add? Naresh?
You have one more slide to cover.
Yeah.
Talk about.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, uh,
yeah.
got it. So you might be thinking, as you've seen all of these use cases and AI talk, right? How do MuleSoft comes into picture here, right? Why has generative AI become such a huge priority for business and so quickly, right? So it's important to take a step back and ask, what is the role of AI in business? While there is no one correct answer to this question, we must acknowledge its potential to make employees more efficient and improve the customer efficiency. These are some of the um, outcomes, right? This is particularly important as researchers show, uh, the, the analytics show that 27% of the companies are using the AI tools to improve the productivity and efficiency. And on the other hand, right, the businesses that adopted this AI, they are saying that 90% of them are more like, there is a 90% more likely to report higher levels of productivity. So this 27% of companies, they are saying that there is an increase in 90% of productivity by implementing the AI. So it's really growing, and uh, that is the priority, um, and for businesses for adopting this AI. And how important is data integration in this AI revolution, right? That is the second question here. So we are seeing companies struggle to tap into their best source of trusted data, as Ram already spoke earlier, right? This is because most companies' data is siloed across many different systems like CRMs, customer apps, and or websites. It's hard to communicate all together in between, right? To take full advantage of AI, companies must integrate these systems and harmonize their data. To take full advantage of AI, companies must integrate these systems, right? MuleSoft integration uh, products connects data silos across these various systems, as we are all aware of, and improving the generative AI outputs, and ultimately help drive more relevant and personalized integrations with the customers. And how come MuleSoft help with this AI adoption? The third question. With the dynamic development in AI over the past year, we find ourselves at the forefront of this next transformation to meet customer needs and expectations. And those customers with strong integration and automation strategies, um, which are in best position to put AI to work inside their organization. And the fourth question, what should companies consider when they start planning an AI data strategy, right? AI uses data to create algorithms that take actions and make predictions. And for both predictive and generative AI, access to relevant and changing data is vital to its effectiveness. MuleSoft enables companies to unify all of the data, then connect the data to AI tools and services to deliver real time and AI driven results. And whether you are training your own LLMs or grounding pre trained models, having the right data at the right time is crucial for your AI process success, application success, right? This changes, this challenges still exist today, right? But no, but not there are there are no pre-trained models to improve or to help jumpstart this process. So now companies will be able to connect to these LLMs, their own or a third party. They can bring third party and should provide security and governance around it. And whether you are training your own LLMs or grounding pre-trained models, having the right data at the right time is crucial, right? It's always the main point. Also, the trust is the key when talking about data. Companies must make sure that data they collected and stored is from a secured source, and they have to ask themselves, has the data been reviewed and audited? What's the legitimacy of that data being inputted, right? You will be misleaded then. Have you ensured PII and accessibility of data is compliant? This is compulsory. I mean, it's a good question to check. And all of the governance around the data is extremely important as well. And when you see the questionnaire, can you share an example of how a customer can use MuleSoft and AI? So for this combination, we have seen a lot of all the use cases earlier. Think about a customer applying for a new bank account. Typically, a multi-step process with a massive paper trail. And imagine, like, instead of manually checking the process, we employ automation and AI to shoulder this work. Imagine instead of manually checking the processing, we employ automation and AI to shoulder this work. As soon as the application is submitted online, our flow orchestration from MuleSoft automation tool steps in and checks for the completeness and fast tracks works between people and departments by coordinating um, interrelated processes involving multiple teams into a single streamlined workflow. This can be done. And intelligent document processing then reads and extracts essential information from the documents. MuleSoft RPA is there. This is saving human time and effort. Once the details are extracted from those paper applications into the digital electronic records, they can be consumed in inside integrations in our next gen integrated development environment using anypoint code builder, right? This IDE, anypoint code builder, is a new tool which is out now, generally available. um, Helps programmers develop software code efficiently to increase the developer productivity to by combining the capabilities like software editing, building, testing, and packaging in a easy to use application all in one place. So you don't need to be a coder or instruct the systems to do on what needs to be done, right? um, or you can also just talk to Einstein. The video which we are trying to play earlier, it didn't get the sound out. So you can always see that video. It's very good video that will give you insights, how Einstein is stemming in and how Einstein AI is solving so many problems. So just talk to Einstein in simple language. Give me a flow that creates a new account using this information and update our internal mainframe systems, and Einstein will provide a template flow, making it easier for you for the users to get started. Plus, business users can also build integrations and leverage custom connector to services like LLMs in our low-code tool, MuleSoft Composer. So this is how MuleSoft and AI can go together, right? And last but one question here: what's the interplay between AI and automation, right? Automation is a integral part of AI successful AI strategy. Our automation products supports AI strategies in two key ways. We provide AI driven automation and integration solutions so customers can automate their process and boost productivity. We also provide API management solution for customers to build AI driven experiences, connecting systems and providing enterprise level security and governance. AI also enhances our automation solution. We are exploring ways to increase productivity and reduce mundane tasks using generative AI to build automation flows using prompts, right? Process owners will be able to simply explain processes to the systems in natural language. This will make automation quicker and more accessible for every user, not only developers. And how does MuleSoft help make AI safer? Now it's a question of security, right? In MuleSoft lens. So trust is our number one value at Salesforce or MuleSoft. We make sure that governance and security is applied to all AI capabilities we build in our products. Our new Einstein trust layer resolves concerns of risk associated with adopting generative AI. We want to build on the trust and extend our current MuleSoft Universal API management offering to enable customers to meet their enterprise data security and compliance demands within and outside of Salesforce, right? For example, the Anypoint Flex Gateway allows you to manage, secure, and control all your APIs, right? And thus movements, right? Regardless of where it is built and deployed. If you have specific use case for how you want to protect you and control your LLM APIs, you can also build custom policies to manage the gateway, right? The API, Anypoint API governance allows you to check for security um, of each API. The foundational capabilities for safe and trusted APIs exist to Anypoint platform. And now we are looking at AI specific use cases to increase the scope of security and trust, further to include AI and APIs, right? So these are all some of the questions that frequently asked um, about AI in the MuleSoft lens, right? Yeah, mm, that's all.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, Jyoti. And I'm sure no, this is just the beginning of how we can think about integrations in the future. So we are also learning. Please, no, feel free to share any questions, comments that you have in the chat, and we will try to know get back to you as we learn. And otherwise, try to see how you can implement these learnings in your integrations in your organizations. And I'm sure no, this is how it's going to be in the future. And with that, I just want we just want to thank everyone for staying late. And I know it's a weekday and no middle of the day in the US. And thanks for taking time to join the event. And it was very productive one from our perspective. I'm sure no, it was helpful for you guys too. And we will continue with similar sessions in the future. Thank you all. Thanks, Jyoti. Wonderful. And Naresh, thank you so much for your help.
Thank you. Nice session.
Yeah,
Thanks, Yuti.
All right, guys. Bye. Bye.
right.
Right.
Thank you.